This is how much you need to read in 60 minutes, plus all the questions. I'm sure you feel that you're short of time in IELTS reading. Indeed, your reading speed directly affects your score. But some habits unintentionally learned while studying English may be holding you back. Let me show you how you can start reading in English faster and complete your questions in less time. It's Asia. Let's get started. When we learn English at school, we're often taught to read slowly, paying attention to every detail and writing down unfamiliar words. This is called intensive reading, and it's very slow. There is another approach to reading called extensive reading, which is similar to how we read newspapers in our native language. We read fast, don't stop if we can't understand something, and still grasp the general idea of the text. Here is why it's important to understand the difference between intensive and extensive reading. In this passage, I've highlighted all the bits you really need to study carefully to answer the questions. This is what you need to read intensively. Everything else is the background information, which you can read fast, extensively. And this is the skill many test takers lack. So what stops you from reading fast? Several things perhaps. Here is the first. Do you read each word one by one? Let me show you how it looks. Read this. Right now, you had no choice but to read the sentence word by word, paying as much attention to the articles and auxiliary verbs as to the keywords. Reading in chunks of phrases rather than word by word can significantly improve your reading speed. Your eye span is approximately 3.5 centimeters long, allowing you to read several words at a time. Now, try reading in chunks. Ready? Have you noticed that at certain points your eyes jumped as soon as you got the phrase? Train yourself to take in phrases. This can enhance your reading speed as well as comprehension. If you read word by word, you may concentrate on unfamiliar words too much. When you see a phrase with only one unfamiliar word, it's easier to guess the general meaning without pausing. You can find this task from British Council in the description. And now let's check if you have another habit slowing you down. When you read, do you pronounce words in your head? Or maybe even whisper them with your lips? This is called subvocalization, and it slows you down a lot. You can't move on to the next word until you've finished hearing the previous. Stop pronouncing words in your head. You can overcome this by humming a tune while speed reading to break this habit. No, I'm not saying not to subvocalize at all. I love whispering words. It really helps me concentrate. But you should only do this as an intensive reading technique. Basically, if you found where an answer is located and you're trying to figure out which option is correct, feel free to pronounce each word in your head, not allowed. The next bad habit is rereading. Rereading sentences you didn't understand is a big time waster. Most likely, you will read it again, but not gain much comprehension. Only reread the sentence if you know it contains an answer to a certain question. In this case, feel free to read it twice. Don't rush. What I'm saying is you should avoid rereading solely for the purpose of better understanding. Let's talk about a couple of exercises that can help you learn to read faster and avoid rereading. A pacer, whether it's your finger or a pen, can help you read faster by guiding your eyes across the text and maintaining a steady rhythm. Place your finger or a pen just below the line of text and move with a consistent speed. Keep your eyes focused on the pacer. This helps prevent your eyes from wandering or getting distracted. Try to maintain a steady and consistent pace. Avoid slowing down or speeding up too much. The goal is to create a smooth and continuous movement of your eyes. Resist the urge to go back and reread words or lines. The pacer helps you train your eyes to keep moving forward, improving your reading speed and reducing the tendency to reread. With practice, you'll be able to read faster even without a physical pacer. The next exercise is called Accelerate First. Do you drive? If you do, you might have noticed that if you're traveling at 120 kilometers an hour and then slow down to 60, it feels slow. However, if you're initially driving at 30 and then speed up to 60, it feels fast, even though the speed is the same. Similarly, when you begin reading, try starting at a faster pace than what is comfortable for you. This approach allows you to challenge your reading speed. After reading for a page or two at this accelerated pace, gradually slow down to a speed that feels comfortable. By initially pushing yourself to read faster, you can improve your overall reading speed. And of course, an absolute must: read one article a day. To read faster, you must read more. You can find relevant articles on websites like The Guardian's science section. These are, in many regards, similar to IELTS reading, particularly academic, and actually interesting. First, practice extensive reading, which means reading the entire article without stopping. You can either read in chunks or use a pacer. Resist the urge to use a dictionary or reread anything, and try not to pronounce words in your head. If you don't understand everything at first, it's normal. After the initial speed read, go back and read the article intensively, slowly. Take your time to translate unfamiliar words and analyze any challenging structures. By doing this exercise regularly, you can enhance both your reading speed and comprehension skills. Let's return to reading in the IELTS test. The secret to answering 40 questions in 60 minutes is to allocate your limited attention and time to the key information that matters and skim over the rest. Yes, you've probably heard about skimming and scanning in IELTS reading. Skimming is an official speed reading technique that involves quickly glancing over a text to get a general overview of its content. When skimming, you're not reading every word or focusing on every detail, but rather looking through the text to identify the main ideas or the key points. Skimming is similar to reading books to find interesting or relevant information. Scanning is particularly useful if you do this. When you're skimming the passage, highlight keywords such as dates, names of people, places, or theories. Then you'll be able to navigate the text much more quickly when searching for answers. In the IELTS reading exam, it's crucial not only to focus on your reading speed, but also to allocate your time wisely. Spending 20 minutes on each part is not the right way to solve this test. to learn how you should spend your time instead to answer more questions and get a higher score, watch this video here. And thank you so much for watching me today. Good luck with your preparation and your exam. Bye!